recording. Hello, I am Simulator Dirk, and welcome back to Simulator Dirk Train Simulator. We are here in the Netherlands today. We're about to pick up some passengers and head out to Schiphol Airport. So let me just remove that. We'll unload and load some of our passengers, hopefully. And we will be at Amsterdam soon, Amsterdam Central. Let's have a look at our train. So we've got a nice long train, locomotive at either end. If I have a look, can I have a look at the map? Maybe I can't. But we have to go to Amsterdam Central and pick up passengers. Let's go in the cab. So it's telling us that we're actually here, I believe. Let's pick up and unload passengers. So we should see a wide variety of trains. That green locomotive down there might be something that I haven't got installed properly. I don't think that's supposed to be green, but a long train anyway. Let's head back into the cab, and we have our passengers waiting, so let's go. So we'll jump back in the cab. So Amsterdam Central, our next stop in about 5 kilometres time. 40 kilometre an hour speed limit. I need to get that down a little bit. Just getting used to the brake controllers here. I have found this route online. You do have to go outside of Train Simulator to actually purchase and install this. I'll leave a link on the show notes, and also the show notes at simulatorgaming.com, and also on the YouTube underneath the video. you'll see a link where you'll be able to download this. There is some free rolling stock, I believe, but also some scenarios and some routes, different types of trains, including this one that we are passing now. So last episode we went to India, and now we're going to the Netherlands, and there's a whole heap of rolling stock that is available, but I haven't actually seen any or much of it on actual Train Simulator itself. So over there we've got another train. We can increase our speed a little bit now to 60 kilometers an hour. So 4 kilometers to go before we arrive at Amsterdam Central. So we'll just shut off now and we'll just coast around. So India last episode, the Netherlands this episode. We will head back to India as well. Also have some more London Underground content to produce. Want to go back to India. There's lots of trains that I can drive here that I've just purchased as well. And on this route you'll be able to see lots of different types of trains. There's some scenarios including the ICE, the reskin Eurostar, that sort of thing as well. I've been able to, even though I don't speak Dutch, there's been enough English translations that I've been able to download what I need to download, and I can figure out what I'm doing. I'll just change the angle a little bit so you can have a bit of a look in the cab. I haven't done a lot in terms of actually just reading how to, work the various controls. So we'll just coast. We'll just coast now. About 2.5 k's to go before Amsterdam Central. I have been to the Netherlands and Amsterdam before. Absolutely loved it. Did mention on a previous episode, might have even been in Truck Simulator, but it may have been, I think it was during the 50th episode extravaganza, where I mentioned that I went to Amsterdam and I went on a paddle boat, and I got lost, and it took about 3 hours to find the next spot to get off and drop off the boat. So, but absolutely loved it. It was a good time of year to actually go. It was over summer, and I can remember the sun being up until about 10 p.m. because of being so far north. It's a really we do have a 40 coming up here, so I need to brake a little bit as we are not very far away from Amsterdam Central. I didn't brake hard enough. There we go. Now we're more under control. This is the first time that I've actually driven this route. I've only just before recording hang on, I've collided with some, I didn't even see that coming. Hang on, we've collided with some AI. Really? That's interesting. So we're going to have to go back and definitely have a look at that one again. But actually, I didn't see any AI there, unless there was something lost in translation. But that error message definitely did seem to say that there was a collision because we collided with something. I don't know if that's a bug of the... I didn't see any signals or anything that I passed, and I don't have I don't have replay set up, so I can't immediately go back. Train Simulator 2021 is coming out very, very soon. And there's a mixture again of US freight, some German trains and some English trains, because Train Simulator, that's what they do. But apparently there's going to be more support for the Steam Workshop, amongst other things. I already have Train Simulator 2020, obviously, Captain Obvious, hashtag. Okay, well, I probably shouldn't have done that. But Train Simulator 2021 is coming out. I didn't want to edit the scenario. I don't even know what screen this is, or how to get out of it, quite frankly. No, I just want to get out of it and try again. So Train Simulator 2021 is coming. It is, if you are... I just want to get out of this. This is not very good. I just want to give him... okay, we'll try that. Now, I can't read Dutch, so I have absolutely no idea what that says, but we are on the high-speed line. I do know that much. We'll go down to the train and we'll have a look at our train. There it is. So we are going reverse in forward, brakes off. And we will try, oops, we'll try not to move the camera like that. Yeah, we'll cut off. I don't want to go into emergency brake. Now what did I do? I've derailed again. Due to junction switched against train. Oh, this is not very good. What we might do is we'll do this one. And we'll try again, and we'll, seeing as though we're not actually running a scenario, because to be honest, I don't know the Dutch signalling system, quite honestly. But I didn't see anything that said that we couldn't go, and then all of a sudden, you have derailed. So Train Simulator 2021 is coming. There'll be a German route and train to start with, a Scottish passenger train and some American freight to start with. If you are purchasing new Train Simulator 2021, that's what you'll get straight out of the box. So let's have a look now at our train. We're choosing a different train this time. I have ridden this type of train before, going out actually to the airport. Let's load and unload passengers. And we'll turn our HUD off for the moment. So we will... I do remember Amsterdam Central being very close to the harbour. Hello, young lady, where are you going? Oh, you're just going for a walk. Very, very long platforms. Let's have a look at our train. Double-decker inner city train. I'd actually love to be able to play with this in Photoshop. So we'll just have a look at our train. We are at Amsterdam Central. Our train doesn't quite fit on the platform. Alright, let's get in the cab. And we shall depart. So reverser in forward. Brakes off. And we'll apply a little bit of power. Very detailed cab. Now, my knowledge of Dutch is basically non-existent. My knowledge of the Dutch safe working and signalling system is basically non-existent. So, super long platform. I remember the platforms being long, but I don't remember them being this long. But I remember the platform having more roofing than so I'm just coasting at the moment. Apply some more power. I'll zoom out a little bit. Alright, we'll shut off here. Now there's also the possibility that I might not have things installed correctly. There was a lot of things that I needed to install. Some of these things would have already been in other sections of Train Simulator, and there's been other stuff that I've had to download since to make this scenario work. We should have some signals. I should have just passed some signals there. I can't see any, and I can't see anything resembling signalling in cab that I recognise. Now the route I actually didn't have to pay for, but the majority of the trains that you'll be able to hopefully see, I did. Now there's a whole heap of signals coming up according to the on-screen display. There's no track there. That was odd. There just simply was no track. We can go up to 80 now, so we will do that. Okay, we'll shut off now. I might have to do some more reading and then come back and do another episode from this, but according to my map in front of me, there are a lot of signals coming up, unless as I said, I don't know Dutch signallings, but I would have thought that there would have been something immediately obvious in cab, or if not in cab, something line side, and there's been absolutely nothing that I can see from the window, but I'm getting switched from track to track. But we'll go through and we'll see what happens. Even if I take the train to somewhere that I'm a little bit more familiar with, and give that a go, so we can have a decent look at the train at least. I haven't seen another train for a few minutes. We can do 80, so let's... Oh, the acceleration is very good. It's one thing I can say, the acceleration is very, very good. So there's a 130 section coming up after our next station, which is around the corner and up the hill a little bit. Now, as I said, I'm guessing that blue light could actually be my authority. So we'll go uphill a little bit. These viaducts appear to be just hanging out of thin air. Going through the station. We've got about 11 k's to go before we arrive at Schiphol Airport. But what I might have to do, what I might do now is just have a look out. Have a look outside. Maybe that way might be a bit better, so we can at least. Gonna have to brake just before this 130 section. Just bring the speed down a little. There we go. 130 coming up. That may be our best camera angle for the moment. We'll hide the HUD. Alright, can we go 130? Yes, we can. Let's go. Acceleration's very good. Alright, we'll shut off there. Just let you enjoy the scenery for the moment. Not the best camera view. Whee! Now that's looking from the back end. 80 zone coming up. Glad I looked. Alright, another 130 section coming up. It's a cement mixer. Now I did notice when I was downloading everything that I needed for this route that there was a few trucks that I needed to download as well, and that's obviously the reason now we can go up to 130 again. And so that's obviously a road based on that sign. This is odd. There's the Polizzi. Now I should point out that I didn't have to pay for this route, but that's very, very odd. Doesn't look like a road at all. Oh, they're just having a gathering of emergency services of the Polizzi there. Okay, we do have an 80 zone coming up, so I should start to brake. Oh, now this is, I think we're supposed to be in a tunnel, but what does that red light say? Something contact? As I said, I think we're supposed to be in a tunnel. Oh, we're coming into Schiphol, and Schiphol is in a tunnel. I know that from previous experience. This is freaky AF. Now this is a very odd. Let's just get to the actual station and see if there's any improvement. There's the airport there. Well, there's the station there at least. Because I think, yeah, this is the only Dutch route that I downloaded. So I'm a little disappointed. Doesn't appear to be anything wrong with the actual trains themselves, but what we will do is that we will take a short slice of life break in a moment. I'll just go towards the end of the platform for what it is worth. Oh, those escalators seem rather steep. That's a little disappointing. Oh, but if you have a look at that, maybe it's just a cab view, because if you have a look at that view, it's not perfect, but at least you can see the platform, I guess. So what we'll do, we'll take a short slice of life break, have a look at some trains. They're a little bit closer to home to me, and be back with you soon with more Dutch trains, but maybe not in the Netherlands. Back soon. Train simulator time. And we're back. We're just loading a new train into a new country. We will still remain with the Dutch trains for this episode. However, I can't necessarily, unfortunately, rely on that route based on what we've seen. But I would like to show off some of the trains that we have seen. I will leave a link on the show notes for Chris Trains, that is where you can purchase these Dutch trains from. And the trains themselves look fine, and there may be some other Dutch routes that I'll try and download that may not appear to be like that one. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with some of these routes that aren't a part of the train simulator system. That is one of the risks that you do actually run in terms of what you're getting. And I must say that I was really excited about that route. A route that I've been over, a route that you can drive some trains on. Train Sim World 2 is available now. There are episodes simulated@gaming.com, Simulated Erk on YouTube, so you can see some Train Sim World 2 action. New Train Simulator 2021 coming out very, very soon. At the time of recording, nothing will effectively change for me. If you don't own the game and you buy 2021, you'll basically get the trains that you saw on the screen. And we are going to Cologne in Germany Just waiting for this to load up. We'll have a look at our train. We'll feature a few different Dutch trains on this episode, and we'll have a look at them in Germany. I know that, you know, it's not exactly authentic, but I would rather present them to you in a semi-realistic way, even though it's not the actual country, on a route that I know that works, and then we just have to worry about the train from there. I've been reading some forums in relation to steam trains on Train Simulator and that sort of stuff, and people will say, oh, there's no steam trains available as part of the base game. There's a lot of trains that aren't available on the base game, and if you like steam trains, you can find steam trains. If you like high-speed trains or underground trains or freight trains, you can find them. And if you don't like freight trains, you don't have to play them. If you don't like high-speed passenger trains, you don't have to play them. If you want steam trains, you can find them and you can play them. If you don't want to play German trains, you don't have to. Train Sim 2021 in the yearly rebadging of Train Simulator. So if you want steam trains, you can find them. I have featured a couple of steam trains before. I actually should probably do a steam train episode soon. It's been a little bit of time since I've actually done a actual steam episode. There's a few steam engines that I do have in my collection. I think I figured it out once. If you were to buy every single route that was available and every single train that was available in store as a part of Train Simulator, you'd be up for something like $3,000. Now, I've got a few routes and I've got a few trains, but there's nowhere near that. I'm just hoping this route is going to load. It's been one of those weird little episodes where not a lot has gone right. Did enjoy driving that train. We'll have to drive that train on a different route, so we can see it up to its full potential. I did very briefly explore it on episode 50. If you haven't seen episode 50 yet, that's a really good one to get your teeth into, because it features a lot of different trains that I've featured, and also answers the question that you often get asked: how fast can a train go? Alrighty, here we are. So let's have a look at the front of our... Hang on, I was going to say that's not our train that's going. That's a ICE in the background. We are in Cologne with a Dutch train. It's a rather high driver's cab. We zoom around and hello up there. Well, that'd be freaky, I reckon, being up that high. Let's turn the light. Turn the lights on. Whoops. Speaking of freaky, there we go. But that's very, very high up. Let's go back and have a look at our train. It's a relatively short train. But let's try... Oi! Sorry folks, that noise was loud for the doors. But our doors are open. Let's go back a little bit. See if we can get an interior view. Oh, nice interior view. So that's our interior view. Let's go into the cab. have a bit of a look at our cab. Okay, that sounded like our doors closing. So our doors are closing. 93 kilometres, wow, okay. So we'll put our reverse cylinder forward, a little bit of power, and it brakes off. And German signals usually on the right. So we are heading towards the right. Wow, this is a fairly detailed cab. Very different in cab interior to the last one. I don't know how the in-cab equipment works because, as I've said, I don't speak Dutch. Some of it's probably self-explanatory. Some of it may not even work because we aren't on a native track. We are in Germany. So we appear to have some signals against us. Coming up soon, we're about to switch over. No, we have the road now. About to hit a 70 zone. Hang on, we'll just shut off here. Just a fraction too hot. I suppose you'd get used to the view, but just based on... okay, so we can go up to 70 now. Just based on the view that we had from outside looking at the cab, that's very, very freaky being up that high, I would think. So we're just passing some other DB trains that are just stored there for the moment in between runs. Good acceleration again. I have noticed that with one exception, which I did get a refund for on Steam, the German routes have been very good. And I thought, well, Germany's the sort of relatively good choice if I wanted to run it in an area that looks European, but also that I know works. Okay, so we can go up to 90 now. A little bit later on we will have a look outside the cab. And again, this is just straight out of the box. I haven't done any reading on it. I haven't done any reading of the system or any road knowledge of the system that I'm currently on. I might not have even featured an episode on this route before, but let's go with it. We're in West Cologne. That looks just so high. Like, you look at the level of the platform and then you look at the level that I'm at. Next station that we'll go through, we'll actually might do it now. Just have a look at our train running through the countryside. You look like you're so high up there. Now we do have an 80 zone coming up, so no need to get excited just for the moment. And one thing that I have noticed as well, on these routes, the German routes are also very good with background scenery and that sort of stuff as well. So might have to go lower to avoid all that overhead. Let's see if we can go back a bit maybe. Whoops. Might have to just put up with this side view for the moment. But look how high the cab of the train is compared to the cab of the height of the platform. Now I can imagine some locomotive cabs being that high in relation to the height of the platform, but not necessarily the. Might have to go in cab here. Just go in cab for a second. We're going over flyovers and whatnot. We are coming up to 140, then 160 zones, so that will be good for us to enjoy some more views. Alright, 140. Let's open her up and see what it can do. What we'll do, we'll get rid of, now that we don't have to worry about our speed for the moment, adjust the view, give you a bit more of a cab view. So we're doing 145 kilometres an hour. My new high score, by the way. My new high speed, 145. If you're just looking straight ahead, you might not think that you're going that fast until you actually get some sort of reference point. 155, in 160 zone. Don't know if we can go much higher. Feels like it has plenty in reserve. I am still fully powering though. Got another platform coming up, so we'll do an exterior view to show you the train going through the platform. Notice the height of the platform compared to the height of the train cab as we go past. Now, of course, I should also point out that the train dimensions might not necessarily be accurate because we are running a Dutch train in Germany, but having said that, there is a lot of interoperability between different railways in Europe, so it is possible that this train wouldn't normally go to Germany, but it could fit. Very brief level crossing there. So we're still powering, but it looks like that we've reached pretty much our maximum speed of 156 kilometres an hour. That view's not very appealing. Wasn't the view I was thinking of. Now I don't know why it's coming up with the name of the train above there. Never used to do that. Now I might have turned on something by accident as I've hit. There we go. I've hit, what did I hit then? F6, and the name of stations and trains came up as I passed. I was wondering, I've never seen that before. Like, what's going on? And then I remembered I was pressing random buttons. So what we might do, we might stop the action here, show you what else is going on in and around Simulated Irk. We're going to go something completely different. Going to go something completely different. Let's have a look at what is happening in the trucking world. I'm Simulated Irk. Back soon with another Dutch train in Germany, as much sense as that doesn't make. Back soon. And OBS is going to crash on me, I think.